Two really important questions about this life that you need to ask and answer. We find these in Mark chapter 8, verse 36. For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? If you gain the whole world, in other words, you owned everything in the whole world, the most wealthy and powerful person that had ever lived, what profit is it if you lose your soul? How many people only live for this life? They only live for the things they can touch and feel and taste here. They work for money is important to them. Power is important to them. Property is important to them. But eternity is not important to them. The problem with that is one of these days, this life is going to come to an end. Whether you make it 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120 years, doesn't matter. It's going to end. And what good did it do for you to own everything in the whole world if you lose your own soul? In comparison to the value of the goods of this world, how much is the human soul worth? Well, it's very, very expensive. And that's the next question. Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? So you work your whole life, you gain the entire world, and then you die. And all of the stuff that you've worked so hard for here, you can't take it with you. It stays right here and it goes to somebody else. So now we're talking about your soul and the value of your soul. So you stand before God, and what are you going to give in exchange for your soul? You see, the problem with the human soul is that you is going to live forever. And the Bible is very clear. You're going to live forever in one place or the other. You're going to live forever with Jesus, or you're going to live forever in hell. And the question that Jesus is asking here is how much does it cost to buy your soul out of hell? Because that's what we all deserve. The wages of our sin is death, the Bible tells us. The Bible tells us that we deserve God's judgment for our sin. We were born with a sinful nature. We act on that sinful nature. And somebody is going to have to pay for the sins that we've committed. Is it going to be us? Well, if it's us, if we pay for our own sins, it costs eternity in hell. That's what it costs. And so Jesus' point here is it doesn't matter if you own the entire world. That's not enough to buy one soul back from hell. So you couldn't even ransom your own soul back, much less anybody else's. So what are you going to do? What are you going to give in exchange for your soul? Well, Peter answers the question for us. He tells us in 1 Peter chapter 1 and verse 18, for as much as ye know that ye were not redeemed, that's it, to buy back, with corruptible things as silver and gold from your vain conversation received by traditions from your fathers. All the silver and gold in the world could not redeem your soul. He says, but here's what can redeem us. But with the precious blood of Christ, as of a lamb without blemish and without spot. What Jesus is saying is he's saying, your soul is extremely costly and it is headed for hell. All the money in the world can't buy it back. So what good would it do you to invest this life trying to gain the entire world? Instead, what you should do is trust in Christ and invest this life following Him. That's what I want to encourage you to do today. I want to encourage you to follow Jesus. I want to encourage you to think hard about your soul and about eternity and ask yourself the question, is the blood of Christ what I'm trusting for eternity? God bless you. Hope you have a great day.